Hello, my fellow luminaries. It's Kay. Welcome to day 9 of the Penlight 2024 Spring into Summer Journal Challenge. Today, we're going to be doing an activity called clustering. And clustering is kind of where you draw a circle in the middle with a topic, and then you just brainstorm and you make little connecting circles all over the place. Some of you who have been following my posts for a while may have already done this with me. If not, you might have done this in a different writing class. But today we're going to do it on the topic of June. So, because some of you may be unfamiliar with it, I am going to show you the journal that I did on it. So I'm going to switch us over here. And here is the journal prompt that I wrote. As you can see, I started with June right here in the center, and I started going off into all area. I went into blooms, and I talked about the different plants that were blooming in my yard during June. And then I thought about insects, and you can tell that right about here, as I was doing monarch butterflies, the first of which I saw today actually, I ran out of ink. And rather than go and get a new pen and break my train of thought, I just grabbed the next thing that was nearby, which happened to be a marker. So I wrote all these different insects that we saw, and then I talked about bare feet. And somewhere along in here, I went back to Carousel. You can tell I like musicals. And musicals made me think of my grandmother, because apparently this summer, pretty much everything is going to bring me back to Grandma Marcia, who also liked Elvis and Elvis musicals, and I do as well. So then I went through a bunch of Elvis musicals, which made me think of 8 tracks. And this is kind of the way this goes. Then up here I started doing birds, found some wrens, robins, which made me think of my Aunt Robin, and made me think about beach house rental dates for my Penlight workshops, because apparently, as you can see here on my little reflection right, I noticed that my mind didn't really want to stay in June. It either wanted to revisit the past or jump ahead to the future. I may need to journal about staying rooted in the present. What about my present is uncomfortable? And maybe do some mindfulness exercises. So that, my friends, is the process of doing a clustering activity. The only real rules to clustering is that you want to go as quickly as you can, and you don't want to censor yourself. So the fact that I went off into all kinds of tangents that really didn't have a whole lot to do, apparently, with June, meant that there were things in my brain that needed to process that. And doing the reflection right, that piece that I did stop and get a new pen, as you can see there, for my reflection right, because I can't write in marker. It doesn't work for me for, long writes. But that helped me to identify some interesting connections about the present and the past and the future, and also some future steps. So I can sit down and I can journal about what is keeping me stuck, or maybe just do some mindfulness exercises, which we'll be doing a little bit later in the month. All right, well, you know how this works now. I would like you to like this post, write your reflection and your clustering activity, share this with other people, tag me and 2 other people, and share some kind of comment down below so that we know what you've been thinking. All right, go forth and pen light.